What's up, guys? We're back here for part 2 on Manny's CRX. In the last video when we were working on the car, I noticed he didn't have his side skirts, but I went to his house the other day and he has them already. He just hadn't installed them. These are the Wings West skirts, so we're going to go ahead and get those put on today. I have a riv nut gun, so instead of just using regular screws on the bottom, we're going to use some riv nuts that make them easier to mount to the car. And if you're unfamiliar with what that is, what that thing does, you have these little cylinders which are an M6x1, which is all the Honda 10s. When you use that riv nut gun, it'll squeeze it in there and have its nice threaded bolt hole, so it'll make it a lot easier to mount on the bottom. Then we're going to work on a couple other things for his ZC swap. We got this sitting here, we're just waiting on a couple other parts to come in, like his clutch kit, but he got in his Gates timing belt, we got the new water pump, tensioner, and of course the seals for the rear main seal, front main, and the crank seal. And we're also probably going to throw on some extended top hats for the front of his car just to help extend the longevity of his shocks. Then I have some spare knuckles here, and this is one of the last things we want to do on his car. We're going to replace the bearings, do the lower ball joints, and he's going to put ARP extended wheel studs on those today. So the first thing we're going to attempt is the side skirts. We're going to go and lift the car, probably remove both wheels, just to make it easier to get to the corners here and see exactly where we need to go ahead and mount it. Here we finished up the passenger side just using the riv nuts. We used a couple of wood screws to hold the corners of the side skirt into place. There was already some holding on the door cards. Now the bottom, those things are really helpful. You can see that we used 3 of them and then just 3 of the 10mm bolts here. So now we're going to work on the driver's side and get that all wrapped up.
It's gonna be harder to lift up the car now.
Why is that? Oh, because of the side skirt? Yeah.
The struggle is real.
And here's a look at the car completely finished. Got the side skirts on, and now it's not gonna fit like precisely perfect. The kit's really old, but we got it fitted on there pretty well. And it looks like we need to, on the bottom of the panel, it was sticking out a little bit right here in this area, so we heated it up with a heat gun. That seemed to help. I think just sitting out in the sun will definitely help reshape it, but it looks so much better now. Now the wheels, these are my old wheels off my wagon, the 16x7s. We wanted to test fit it on there, see how it looked. And we think it looks really nice on the CRX, just with this particular body kit, the way it looks in terms of fitment, because the kit's a lot lower than stock bumpers and the stock side skirts, so I think it looks really sharp on there now. So we're done with the kit and the exterior stuff. Next we're going to work on getting the knuckles finished. I think we're going to do that first, then we're going to work on some of the engine parts. And with the side skirts finished, we're going to move on to the top hats. We're just going to throw these on real quick. just on the front of his coilovers. So get that knocked out really quickly. We're not gonna be able to change the knuckles today. He didn't bring the ARP studs with, but we're gonna get these set up and get the bearings changed. We're just gonna leave the hub out. Of course, you press the hub in last. And then the ball joints too, he doesn't have those with him. So we're gonna get those ready after we finish up the top hats. Now I'm not sure what kind of coilovers these are, but they had some sort of like Japanese writing on them. They have some Swift springs. Swift are actually really good. Maybe one of you guys can tell me what this 130 means. Is that like the spring rate, like 130 pounds? I'm not too sure. I will look it up, of course, after we're done making this video. But a really nice looking coilover. These are actually made for an EK model, and he's using, are these EK?
EG.
Oh, EG? Okay, so they would work, but he's using different forks. That way they can actually work on his CRX. So we're gonna get it put back together right now. We got the top hat finished up, and so we're gonna move on to the wheel bearings next.
I was gonna tell you, John, after doing all this, would it be like a big difference, like the feeling and everything?
What do you mean?
With the ball joints and the steering rack? It'd still be the same?
Probably just be better.
What about the steering? Like when
Steering might
a little bit tighter?
Yeah, but it'll essentially feel the same.
Nice.
Yeah. The ball joints, you won't be able to tell. Tie rods. Line it up straight so it sticks straight out, then try getting one solid hit on it. You can do that each time. Is it going?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Whew.
It's actually pretty inexpensive
Hit it
too.
like to sight? No, straight.
No, straight down. Check it. There you go.
Oh, damn. Time left on that one.
Yeah.
No time left on that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run out of.
I'm
I'm gonna run out of memory card space, and this is a big ass memory card too.
How many gigs?
256.
Oh shit!
So I can record quite a bit.
We're gonna be here all night, guys.
I know.
I'm gonna bust it out all nighter here.
You have to use vacation days this week.
Damn it! Gonna help you there, man. I'm gonna give it one more shot. Then after that, I can probably just quit and walk away.
No kidding. So as you guys can see, we finished up the top hats, and we've been working on get the knuckles off. We're gonna swap out the bearings, put on some ARP wheel studs, change the ball joints as well, and then put a new rack and pinion. And then after that, we just gotta get the car aligned.
There we go.
Go for it.
All the way till it hits the end, and then just stop and back it. And then just push that in.
Well, I'm going back, right?
No, not yet. Push that in. Now you are.
No, that's forward.
Oh, you already did it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought you didn't do it. Got it, perfect. I didn't see you push it. I was like, no, you're going the other way. Cool.
Got you.
Now you're gonna have to spin these in further, since we need to get the rest. Otherwise, you could already see it was at the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other way, Manny.
No. Oh, is it gonna go forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need it closer to the end because now that the bearing's all the way in, it won't reach like the socket with the nut on the end of it. That might be enough. How far did you go? Like an inch?
A little bit more, probably.
Okay.
Like that?
Should be fine.
Yeah, try it. And then use the two small ones now. Perfect. Yeah. There we go.
Ready?
Perfect. Let's put the snap rings on and then we can press in the actual hub.
The what?
Now the guys are working on it. You want to make sure it starts.
Nice.
Nice.
That was easy. Alright, let's get the ball joints.
Wait, what do you mean, like right here?
It goes all the way to the bottom. Here, hold it.
Oh, we gotta
And
open
then,
it up.
yeah, you open it.
There you go.
Does it do that?
Push down your side too, Manny. There you go.
Try to open it a little bit more. There you go.
Money. That's it?
Yep.
Number 2?
Next. There you go.
Money. Alright.
And then the boot.
Boots are both on top. Throw those on in a little clip and we're good to go on those. Need more length.
Flip it this way.
There you go. I always flip them back and forth because I keep bending them.
Hey man, whatever.
Yeah.
Works.
It'll work the other way. I'll just flip it once.
I'll bend
Yeah.
it.
Make sure the hub looks straight going into the bearing first. If anything, hold on a second. Let's re-rotate it. Go this way instead.
This way.
Now it's easier to hold it. You can get a better, because you want it to be straight, as straight as possible. See that looks
that's
better.
good.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
And then keep this up off. There you go. That way you can see it.
Like that.
And then
Oh no.
Oh.
that might be okay right there. Make sure it's straight. Again.
Fail.
Fail part 2.
You're only on camera, Manny. Don't worry about it.
I know.
I know.
I can edit this out.
Those are gonna be the
Those are the outtakes.
The bloopers
Yeah.
in the end. Oh, look at this retard.
That's just gonna be me working on everything.
Yeah, sorry guys, skip that part because
Manny's learning, so bear with us.
yeah,
We want you to be able to finish watching this video someday.
someday.
In this lifetime.
I'm kidding. Good. Perfect.
You got the phone.
Right now, Manny's working on getting off the rack off. We got it disconnected underneath. Now we're gonna get it disconnected under the car.
He wanted his GSRs and I told him I got this one. He's like, no.
I sent him pictures of all wheels and everything, and he was for it.
Yeah, it should just pop around the column. And then that one that we pulled out, you can just push it back in. Go ahead and feed the axle in first, and then get the top lined up with the camber kit. And then put that nut back on, that'll help keep it just hanging in the air.
And the bottom one, right?
And top first. You haven't got the top yet.
So it's in the camber and the bottom one?
You can. I just get everything started first.
Okay.
And then once they're all together, then you can start tightening. That'll be it, guys. We got the suspension completely finished. I took it to get a line for him today because he normally works Monday through Saturdays. Looks a little different than earlier in the video. There had been a couple of breaks in between of us working on the suspension. One reason was because the seller forgot to send in the ball joint, so we had to wait for those to come in, but he ended up finding a bumper that wasn't broken in the corner. And he started sanding everything down. He's gonna attempt to paint it himself, probably do like a Rust-Oleum paint job. So I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to get a little bit of footage of that. I'd like to see it when it's entirely done. I'm sure just being one solid color will make it look a lot nicer too. But I hope you guys enjoyed the footage. Next we're going to be working on getting the motor swapped out with that stock ZC that I sold it. And we hope to get that done soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the CRX series.